which that term is being charitable lately. But Discord, luckily, is fairly reliable for this kind of thing. So we are getting started shortly, and here we go. Now, probably no prologue death. You can actually die here. But we've now have our dash and prologue done roughly the same time. Moving forward by itself is the slowest form of movement, by the way. And we're in Chapter 1. So, Chapter 1 is a lot of momentum tricks that our runners are going to use. Different switches that move around, moving them around. And that should be better for sound. Oh, tried to do a hyper, but unfortunately kind of shot down a little bit too low. GamzeeDreemurr having a little bit of trouble getting through Chapter 1 here, but DSgamer getting through it fairly quickly. And now we're in Chapter 2, which is going to introduce us to Dream Blocks. Dream Blocks are little things that you get to use. Also, unfortunately, didn't get the skip cutscene. There's a little bit of a trick there. If you a cutscene basically takes your Z-axis and transfers it, your Y-axis and transfers it across screen. So in that case, we ended up already in the ceiling, so you could dash straight into the block instead of being on the ground. Just a little bit of a trick there that you can use. Save a little bit of time, and it's free, so you may as well do it. Oh, and getting a little shortcut there. Doing very well in the battle line sequence, using these Dreamblots very quickly. Dreamblots are quite fast. You can actually jump out of them for a little bit of a speed boost. It's sort of like doing a wall bounce off of them. You just kind of launch yourself forward, and now we're doing 3 of them, so it becomes a little bit harder. Because now you have to be careful of squeezing in between them if you mess up, or to get through here. And that's actually the trick that gets used here a lot. You have to squeeze through the first and second one. And then we take the Dev's Secret here, and nice, clean exits through that screen. And here we go, moving along. And we are done with Chapter 2 on DSgamer's side. I believe that Gamzee has a 55 and DSgamer has a 40-something. Maybe less. And we're moving through here. We get introduced to the level with a lot of cycles. Gamzee doing a decent fall in the center. Unfortunately gets caught by the battle, and it's got to be fairly quick on that bottom portion there, but gets through the dev secret. Again, not as smooth. You can actually quick fall by holding down. You fall a little bit faster by holding down. And we are moving through here, the bid mess room, as well as we're about to be in Awake Chapter 2 for Gamzee. Yeah, so there's 3 parts of bid mess. You can choose where to go. The runners will make it through here in the most efficient way possible, so that they traverse the bid mess room as little as possible. And now, in the main part of Resort for Gamzee. Gamzee taking his time, making sure not to die. A lot of these rooms are quite large, so deaths can be quite punishing. And if you die, the death cycle is what you have to deal with, which is different. And DSgamer making it through part 2. Sorry, that's part 3 of Bid Mess. I think we're done. You slipped on by while I was looking at Gamzee's screen. Getting the key, getting there. Okay, and we are moving along to Bid Mess for Gamzee. not the well, okay, we made it. Now we can go to the different parts of Bid and Mess. Oh, unfortunately, dying. And you can see here that the cycles are a bit different after you die. And now into the Oshiro fight for DSgamer. Oh, unfortunate. Very clean way to get through there. Going through the lawn dash. Gets through before Oshiro gets to the end of the screen. Some people have to dash up at the end there. And getting another big mess done for GamzeeDreemurr. I believe that they are done as well now, unless they did a different order. You know, they're grabbing their key. We're seeing DSgamer get through. Okay, getting through the wind section is pretty easy. Oh, very nice dash there. Oh no, that's a huge time loss. Yeah, it is actually just faster to reset there. Unfortunately, yeah, if you miss that, then it's just a reset. So there's actually quite a bit of those in Celeste. And it looks like we have Gamzee at the fight with Oshiro. And DSgamer is just biding his time in the auto-scroller. Go wait for the wind to die down for his opportunity. Wait for the wind to come back. Not playing it very safe. Very good. The wind is not random, by the way. It will always be on the screen for the same amount of time. This is harsh winds, which is the difficult section of this level. The wind is going to be pushing against you to the point where you can't even move without dashing. So we're going to see a lot of dashing just to move. Like if you've ever played this game, it makes a huge difference, the wind, actually. And we're seeing here, even just dashing will always bring you the same distance. but like you just don't have any speed leaving the dash. Ooh, very close, DSgamer. Okay, and here we are in the probably one of the longest sections casually, Mirror Temple. Not the longest section in the speedrun, thanks to well, actually maybe it's pretty long. And there's a little step there. At least I think it was a step. That's supposed to be. This level is just very, very confusing. You gotta be very good at the game to get through it. In that room slowly. There's a way to do it where you don't have to wait as long, but there we go. There's door step. One of two steps in this level. That one intended, but in this game they're all sort of intended. If it's possible with the game mechanics and it doesn't crash the game, then the devs were not looking to fix it, or quote-unquote fix it. Devs were very speedrun friendly. They talk about the speedrun community all the time. And here's the very interesting, weird part where you play a Seeker for a bit. Okay, and we are seeing go through the Seeker section where you have to use the Seekers for speed. You'll see that they can actually trigger switches and things. So we'll be using that ability. Unfortunately, it didn't land on that switch. Oh, I don't think that's how you want. Oh, unfortunately, dashed into that guy. Alright, got the proper way to do that room. This is another one where you can use the Seeker to your advantage. But just went for grabbing it on the way there. We're going to see Mirror Step shortly. And it's going to go by very quickly, by the way. And there it is. So, by doing a hyper and then jumping fast enough off the spikes, you will basically skip over a section where you select two keys. It takes about 5 minutes. And it's not that hard to learn, actually. DSgamer is actually doing really well with this Theo section. You want to throw him and then pick him up mid-air as you're dashing to like gain a little bit, or to keep your speed without losing as much of it. It's a little bit faster to do what he's doing. It's also like kind of allows him to hover almost a little bit, allowing him to, he was actually able to gain a little bit of height there by doing it. And there you go, pick him up. Theo saves the day, and we've got Gamzee going through Harsh Wind, doing okay. I think that they're just a screen away from the reverse. Turn the reverse? Nope. Okay, we're a little bit further away. Playing it very safely. Unfortunately, doesn't make it to the cloud. And there was a death there. Oh, unfortunate. That, I think you can, in theory, get Theo back from that, but it's very hard. So, doing it that way. This one was actually very difficult. Most runners make it look easy. There we go, and gets through. Yeah, unfortunately, when Theo dies, you die too. Theo is essentially an extension of Madeline, as you'll see here. As you see here, his pulse is, whoa, throw Theo all the way back. What the heck? I don't know what happened there. That was weird. And there's a little bit of a skip there. Climbing up that wall. Well, I used to start with actually, I don't think that one's a skip. But it is actually pretty hard to do. And doing that room properly is very hard to do. Not losing momentum on the Kevin block can be pretty hard. You'll see here that you gain a lot of momentum when you get thrown off a Kevin block. Okay, and it looks like we're going through, and Seeker room done. Now we're going through the bouncers. which you can use quite effectively by dashing into them. Very nice movement through that Golden Feathers room. And we will be approaching Battle Line Fight 2. And we'll see if he goes the safe way or if he decides to... Oh, using Secret 1. Not Secret 2, but goes down there. So there's a safer way to do that. You want to be in water as little as possible. By the way, water is very slow. It does, being in or on water, it refreshes your dash, but it's still like quite slow to move through. And difficult, like it just doesn't work the way that you'd expect it, but you can mash dash to swim, basically. I'm having a little bit of issue in the water section. Just taking the time around there. And then you do a free fall here and hold down to go a little bit faster. We've got Gamzee in the Seeker section. Gamzee playing with death a little bit with the Seeker. Okay, we're just listening to the best music in the game. Okay. Going through here as quickly as possible. Trying to not die. We want to get to the ground as quickly as possible so that we can hyper them on other things. You'll see that the best runners will basically go straight into the ground if possible. Wow, very clean room, actually. Now we're going into some rooms with golden feathers. The fall room, I think this one's one of the cooler rooms in the game. These fall-in sections where you're bouncing off of battle line into the ground. Okay, and we are moving forward now. Into the final chapter. It's split into many parts, 7 actually. Each of the first 6 are sections of the level are designed based on the previous level or previous levels. So this is chapter 6, and then we go 1 through 5. Let's see here, making it through quite cleanly. Through a rather difficult section if you aren't skilled. Gamzee is making their way through Theo. And I really like the parts where you combine with Battle Line. To the chapter 2 dream section. It's going well. Neutral jumps are actually quite hard. Okay, and we're getting through my least favorite part of the entire game, which is Chapter 7's part here. I hate this. I hate the resort is a bad level. I mean, very few deaths, by the way, from DSgamer. He's been playing it safe in times when he thinks he has to. Playing aggressive when he's able. Okay. Getting through the section with wind. To another auto scroller. Oh, very good. but unfortunately lost the block, so gotta be careful not to lose the block. And gets it right. Okay, and moving on to the line fight for Gamzee. DSgamer moving through. Into Chapter 5. This is the final section before 3,000 meters, which is the final climb, which is 27 checkpoints strewn across, I think it's 5 screens. Very good room there. Oh, we're going to see key skip here. Very clean. Whoa. Slight mishap there. I've seen that mistake a few times. Be careful there too. The dash moves you very fast. But I've seen people crush themselves on that block before. Well, very close to dying to that spike. That was spooky. Getting up there, and we are good. And will we see it? Nope, we are not. Yeah, we are seeing no doorstep, which is fine, because it doesn't actually save any time at all. In fact, you lose time every time you do. You lose 7 years of your life every time you doorstep. Further proven that TGH is in fact a robot, considering he does it every time. And now to 3,000 meters. While Gamzee is trying to get through the fight here. Now we are going through here. DSgamer. We made it through to the next checkpoint. So essentially, each of those screens are also transitions. But in the previous chapters, the load screens were transitions. But in this chapter, it is actually the flags. Okay, and we are moving on up through the mountain. This is honestly the coolest part of the game when you're playing it. If you haven't played this game, like, the story is really good and kind of mixes with the game mechanics, and like this game is a very full package. That's why I'd say it is definitely Game of the Year. Just because like the emotions that it can evoke, both with gameplay and story, are very strong. And we've got Gamzee climbing the mountain now from 0 meters. Due to other things happening across speed game, this match may end up having to end before Gamzee finishes, depending on how quickly he gets through Chapter 7. He'll have to get through there in the next 20 minutes. I'm not sure how good his final chapter is. But I mean, a good chapter. And there is DSgamer done with the final flakes. Gamzee's audio is a little bit too quiet, so we're going to use the background music here. Okay, so it looks like Gamzee's making decent progress actually through the final chapter here. Oh, whoops. Unfortunately, not doing that room exactly correct. There we go, much better. Oh, doing a little bit wonky. Okay, so Gamzee making his way through the dream blocks. Up to 1500. Okay, and we are moving through. But yeah, GG and sub 40. It's actually 1 second off his PB, by the way, for people who didn't know. Very cool. And GG through that room. Okay, Gamzee again through the auto scroller here. Oh, unfortunately not making it all the way. One of the harder rooms in the game. Yeah, Gamzee got 4 strawberries, which is abnormal. Getting through there. Trying to get through this room, not using the regular strats. There we go. That's like the advanced strat actually. Using a hyper through the room transition. Oh, failed second door skip. Yeah, he hits a reset chapter instead of reset room and is forfeited. I don't know if the rules would let him leave and go back to 2,500. Or if it would even have the option to. No, he says it was a mistake. So that is our end. I will promote the fact that there's an LADX run starting right now, and there is going to be a link to the past on the front page starting in about 15 minutes on Speed Demon 1. And if you are into French or German, I believe there is restreams for both of those right now for that tournament as well, and that is why we are going to have to leave. Peace out, everyone. I was on this TV, and follow GamzeeDreemurr or DSgamer93 if you want to support the Celeste community and their runs.